In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to trade futures on the Pionex crypto exchange. If you're still relatively new to Pionex, I do have a step-by-step beginner tutorial, and I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'm going to get straight into the futures trading. I'll show you how to transfer your assets from your primary account and into your futures account. Then I'll take you into the futures market, show you the different pairings, and get you familiar with the user interface. Then I'll show you the different margin modes and how to adjust your leverage. After that, I'll show you how you can place trades using market orders, limit orders, and how to set some take profits and stop losses. All of that and more with some tips and tricks along the way. If this is your first time signing up on Pionex, I left a link for you in the description of this video as well as in the pinned comment down below. If you use my link when signing up, you'll save 10% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. Pionex is also often running promotions for people who are signing up for the first time. These could be deposit bonuses, giveaways, and more. So feel free to use my link when signing up to save 10% on all your trading fees and be eligible for the current promotion, whatever that might be by the time you're watching this video. You'll also be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. This video is not financial advice and is for educational purposes only. Always do your own research before ever putting any of your money or crypto assets on an exchange. I left you some timestamps in the description down below, so at any point feel free to skip ahead to a section that might be most relevant to you. Aside from that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Let's get into the video. If you click on my link in the description of this video or in the pinned comment down below, you'll be redirected to this page here where you can create your account. Now, as you can see right here, you're going to get a 10% discount on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. Whether you're trading on the futures market or just buying crypto on the spot market, either way, you're going to get that 10% discount for the lifetime of your account. You can create your account using your phone number or email. Just put in the details, come up with a good password, check out their terms of service, margin facility agreement, privacy policy, and if everything looks good to you, just simply click on sign up. Once you sign up and sign into Pionex, you should arrive here on your dashboard. And if you didn't, you can get here by just simply coming up here to your profile icon and then clicking on dashboard in this drop-down menu. Up at the top, you'll find some new user benefits that are scrolling past, so certainly check out some of those. And right here, you'll find a deposit button if you'd like to deposit some crypto assets onto the platform, as well as an express option if you'd like to buy some crypto using fiat. Now, if you're still relatively new to Pionex, I cover this in detail in my Pionex step-by-step beginner tutorial. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to deposit assets onto the platform or how to buy crypto using fiat, I'll invite you to watch my beginner's tutorial. And I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll be focusing on futures trading. Before trading on the futures market, you'll have to internally transfer your assets from your primary account and into your futures account. So to get that done, we'll come right up here where it says Wallet, then we'll click on Overview. Then over here on the left-hand side, we'll click where it says Futures Account. From here, you can transfer assets into your futures account by clicking on the transfer button right up here. And alternatively, you can use the transfer button next to the asset that you wish to transfer in. So I'll go ahead and click on the transfer button next to Tether. Then you'll get a little pop-up window here, and you can see that I'm set up to transfer from primary account into my futures account. You'll be able to see your available balance right here. So if you want to transfer in a custom amount, you could type it into this box here. Or if you want to transfer in all of it, you can click on all. And then when you're ready, click on transfer. Now, as you can see, I instantly transferred Tether from my primary account and into my futures account. Now I'm ready to trade the Tether pairings on the futures market. So from here, you can click on Go to Trading. And this is going to bring you into the futures market user interface. Alternatively, you can get in here by coming up where it says Futures, and in this drop-down menu, you can click on Futures Trading. And that will also bring you into the futures market. You'll be able to find your pairings right up here, top left-hand side. You'll get a drop-down menu with all the available pairings that you can trade. Just simply click on the pairing that you wish to trade. Alternatively, you can search for it in the search bar right here. I'll go ahead and just click on ETH. Now, as you can see, I just changed the pairing to ETH versus USDT. And of course, right here, we have our price action chart showing us the asset's performance over a selected time frame. You can find your time frames right up here, top left-hand side, and I'm currently set to a daily. This means each one of these candlesticks represents a day of time. If you want to change the time frame, just click on the time frame you wish to trade. If you want to find additional time frames, you can click on this little arrow right here. You'll get a pop-up window with additional time frames. I'll just go ahead and leave this on the daily. The chart is powered by TradingView, so you'll have access to some drawing tools as well as basic indicators from TradingView. Your drawing tools are over here on the left-hand side, and if you don't see yours, you'll find a little arrow at the bottom left-hand side. You can see that I just hid the drawing tools. If I give that little orange arrow a click again, it expands and it reveals the drawing tools. Next to each drawing tool is another tiny little arrow. If you give that a click, it'll expand into a drop-down menu and you'll find additional drawing tools. If you'd like to make a tab of some of your favorite drawing tools, you can highlight the star next to the drawing tool that you wish to add to the tab. For example, let's do a trend line. We'll come down here, do a horizontal line. Let's come in here, we'll do a Fibonacci retracement. Then we'll come down here and I'll grab a brush because I'll be using that in this tutorial. And we'll go ahead and do a rectangle. Now, as you can see, I just built a tab of drawing tools and you can drag it anywhere on the chart that you like it. If you'd like to add an indicator to the chart, just come right up here and click on Indicators. Then you'll get a pop-up window with some basic indicators from TradingView. Just click on the indicator that you wish to add to the chart. Alternatively, you can search for one in the search bar. Let's go ahead and do a relative strength index. We'll click on it right here. I'll close this out. And as you can see, I just added the RSI to the bottom of the chart. At any point, if you want to get rid of it, you can come right over here and click on this little X. As you can see, I just got rid of the RSI. As easy as that. If you'd like to customize the appearance of your chart, you can right-click on it, come down here, and click on Settings. Then you'll get a pop-up window where you can adjust the appearance of your chart. And you can play around with these settings and get the chart looking exactly the way that you like it. What I like to do is come here to Appearance and get rid of the vertical grid lines and horizontal grid lines. To do that, just click on this little box, then come down here and move the opacity down to 0, just like so. Next, I like to make the background a little bit darker, so we can do that by clicking this little box right here. And in the color palette, we'll choose the darker color like so. And as you can see in the background, I just changed the appearance of the chart. So certainly come in here, play around with the settings, and get this looking the way that you like it. If at any point you want to restore the default settings, just come down here, click on Template, then click on Apply Defaults. Now as you can see, I just restored the chart back to its default setting. So I'm just going to quickly retrace my steps here, get this back down to 0, move this to a darker color, and when you're done, just click on OK. You'll also notice this little tab that's floating around the chart right here, and you can use this to place market orders. You can market buy and market sell using this tab. I like to use the order panel, so I'm going to go ahead and just close this out. That way it's one less thing distracting me on the chart. For charting and technical analysis, I like to use TradingView directly, and I'll quickly bring it into frame. Here on TradingView, you'll have access to more indicators, more data, you can backtest strategies, look at different asset classes. There's just a heck of a lot more you can do with TradingView directly. And TradingView is free to use. The free version does have some pop-up advertisements that can be a bit distracting, but aside from that, it does work perfectly fine. My version of TradingView is a paid version, so at any point if you want to try one of their paid plans, you can do that for free for up to 30 days. Then you can make an informed decision if TradingView is a good fit for you or not. I also have a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to set up and use TradingView. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below, as well as a link for TradingView, so feel free to check that out. Next to the chart is your order book. That's showing you where market participants have placed their long orders, their short orders, or their take profits. And they're doing that by placing limit orders. And I'll be demonstrating limit orders in this tutorial. On the top side of the order book in red, we have what's known as the asks. These are the price points where market participants have placed their short orders or their take profits for their long orders. Down below in green, we have what's known as the bids. These are the price points that market participants have placed their long orders or their take profits for their short orders. In the middle of the order book, we have what's known as the mid price. So all the asks up above will be greater than the mid price, and all the bids down below will be less than the mid price. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price off the order book, and the trade is executed immediately. You can view these trades being executed in real time if you come right up here and click on Market Trades next to Order Book. And here's where you can see all the trades happening in real time. All the buys are coming in green and all the sells are coming in red. In the price column, you can see the price point that the trade was executed at. In the middle column here, you can see the size of the trade that went through. And here on the right hand side, you can see the time that the trade was successfully executed at. When you want to get back to your order book, you can just click right here on Order Book. And next to your order book is where you'll find your order panel, where you can go long or short using limit orders, market orders, and you can set up some stop losses. And I'll demonstrate that in this tutorial. But before I do, let's come on over here, and this is where you'll find your funding rate. At the time of recording, you can see that there's a positive funding rate of 0.0047. This means that anybody holding a long position is paying that funding rate to anybody holding a short position. If you ever see a negative funding rate here, that means anybody holding a short position is paying that funding rate to anybody holding a long position. And you can see the funding period countdown timer right here. So this funding period has 1 hour and 53 minutes remaining. Once the funding rate gets really high, it can become quite expensive to hold on to a position. So it's a good idea to pay attention to the funding rate. Right now, it's a very small funding rate of 0.0047. So anybody holding a long position right now isn't paying a heck of a lot in fees. But certainly keep an eye on this. And right up above your order panel is where you'll find your margin mode as well as your leverage. You can see in my case here that I'm set to cross margin. If you'd like to change your margin mode, just give that a click. And then you'll get a pop-up window where you can toggle between cross margin as well as isolated margin. And right here, Pionex will give you a brief description of each margin mode. In a nutshell, cross margin means that Pionex will use your entire account balance as collateral across all of your open positions. So if you get liquidated using cross margin, you'll lose your entire account balance. In isolated margin mode, only what you put into a single position is used as collateral. So if one of your positions gets liquidated, you just lose that position, not your entire account balance, unless you put your entire account balance into one position. For this tutorial, I'll select isolated margin mode by giving it a click. Then I'll click on OK. And if we come back up here to the order panel, you'll see that I switched the margin mode to isolated margin mode. And right next to your margin mode is where you'll find your leverage. And in my case here, you can see that I'm set to 5x. If you want to change your leverage, give that a click. You'll get a pop-up window where you can adjust your leverage. You can use the slider bar down below, or you can type in a custom amount up top. Just keep in mind that yes, leverage has the potential to maximize your gains, but it also has the potential to maximize your losses or get you completely liquidated. So always keep that in mind when using leverage. The higher leverage that you use, the more risk that you're running to get liquidated. Once you choose the amount of leverage you wish to use, you'd come down here and click on OK. Now when we come back up here to the order panel, you'll see that I changed the leverage to 2x. And I'll talk about leverage more as I'm demonstrating some trades. First, I'll demonstrate a market order. And these order types are nice and simple. They're going to fill immediately at the best available price off of the order book. So to get this done, we'll come up here to the order panel, then we'll click on market order. Next, we need to choose the size of the position that we wish to open. And we can type in a custom amount in this box here. So I could do 0.01 if I want to. Or we can change this box around to order by USDT value by simply clicking right here on ETH. Then you can select order by value USDT. And now we can choose the size of our positions in Tether. And of course, you'll be able to see your available balance right here, so you'll know exactly what you're working with. Alternatively, you can just use this slider bar down below to choose your position size. For this demonstration, I'll just go ahead and do a position size of 20 Tether. Now, when we come down here, you'll see where it says cost. It's showing that I'll need 10 Tether as collateral of my own money to open a position size of 20 Tether. And that's, of course, because I'm using 2x leverage. If I was to change the leverage up to 5x, just like so, you'll now notice beside cost that I only need 4 Tether to open a position size of 20 Tether. And that's because I'm now on 5x leverage. 4 times 5 is the position size of 20 Tether. So some really easy math to understand how leverage works. So as you can see, not only can leverage maximize your gains, but it also frees up the remainder of your capital to be deployed into other positions if you choose. Just always keep in mind that leverage also maximizes your losses or gets you completely liquidated. So once you have your order set up, you'd click on buy long if you're betting on the price to go up, or you'd click on sell short if you're betting on the price to go down. For this demonstration, I'll just click on buy long. Then you'll get an order confirmation pop-up window where you can confirm the details of your order. So we can see right here that I'll be opening a long position, betting on the price to go up. And this order is going to fill at market price, so the best available price off the order book. I can see the order quantity size right here, which would be 0.012 ETH, and has an order cost, so this is my collateral, of 4 Tether. to open a position size of 20 tether, and that's because I'm on isolated leverage of 5x. Now right down here, you'll be able to see your estimated liquidation price. So in my case, that would be 1,301. So if Ethereum comes down to that price point, this position is going to get liquidated and I'll lose all the collateral that I put into this position. And that's because I'm using isolated leverage. Another thing to know about leverage, the more leverage that you use, the closer your liquidation price is going to be to your entry price. For example, I'll cancel this order and I'll come back up here and I'll adjust the leverage up to, say, let's just go 20x. Then I'm going to come down here, click on OK. And I'm going to click on OK again. Now I'm going to do the same order, but this time it's 20x. I'm going to click on buy long. We'll get our order confirmation window here. Now you'll notice that my estimated liquidation price came all the way up to 1,544. So as you can see, 20x leverage dramatically changed my liquidation price from when I was using lower amounts of leverage. So a lot less breathing room. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this out. I'm going to take my leverage back down to 2x and click on OK. Buy long. And if all the details are what you intended, you'd click on OK. And as you can see, that position filled immediately at the best available price off of the order book. You can see the details of your current position if you come down here and click where it says current position. And here's where you'll find all the details of your order. You'll be able to see your unrealized P&L right here. So if the price of Ethereum continues to increase to the upside, I'll make money off of this trade. But if the price of Ethereum moves to the downside, I'm going to lose money. If you'd like to set up a take profit and stop loss for your position that's already open, you'd come over here underneath TPSL and you'd click on settings. Then you'll get this pop-up window right here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on don't show again. I'm going to click on OK. And then you'll get another pop-up window where you can set your take profit as well as your stop loss. So let's just imagine that I'm targeting 2,000. So what I'll do is I'll come over here and I'll type in 2,000 on my take profit side. And in this case here, I'm going to leave this set to entire position. So basically, my whole position is going to close if the price point of 2,000 gets hit. Down below, you'll be able to see an estimation of how much you're going to be making if your take profit target gets hit. And then over here on the right-hand side is where you can set your stop loss. So for this demonstration, let's just imagine that I want to set a stop loss at 1,555. Once again, I'll leave this on entire position. And then down below, you can see what the estimated loss would be if my stop loss gets hit. Once you get this set up the way that you want it, you'd click on OK. Now I've added a take profit as well as a stop loss, and you can actually see them right here on the chart. So if the price of Ethereum was to go favorably for me and work its way up to my take profit target and hits this level of 2,000, my entire position will be closed in a profit. If the price of Ethereum goes against me and comes down and hits my stop loss at 1,555, my entire position will be closed at a small loss. If you want to find the details of your take profit and stop loss, you can come down here and click on open orders next to current position. Then click right here where it says TPSL, and here's where you'll find the details of your take profit and stop loss. If at any point you want to modify or cancel these, you'll find those options right over here. You have a modify button as well as a cancel button. Another way that you can cancel these orders is coming up to the chart and clicking on this little X inside these boxes. Let's go ahead and cancel the stop loss. Click on OK. Then let's do the take profit up here, just like so. And as you can see, I just successfully canceled those orders. If you'd like to manually close your position, you can do that by coming down here, click on current position. And then over here on the right-hand side, you have the option to reverse your position. So that would close my long position and would open the exact same position, but short to the downside. Or you can just simply click right here on close. You'll get this pop-up window so we can close this at market order. So if you want to close the position immediately at the best available price, you'd leave this set to market. Or if you want to close it as a limit order, just click here on market, select limit, and then choose a price that you wish to close it at. So let's just imagine I want to close it at 1,700. Just keep in mind that the price of Ethereum will have to reach 1,700 in this particular situation before this trade will actually close. So you're basically setting a take profit. But like I said, if you want to close it right away, let's just go ahead and switch this to market. We'll come down here. You can choose how much of the position you wish to close with this slider bar right here. I'll just do 100%, then click on OK. And as you can see, I just closed that position immediately at the best available price off of the order book. Now I'll demonstrate another market order, but this time I'll show you how you can set up a take profit and stop loss while you're placing this order. So to get this done, we'll come up here to the order panel and we'll click on market. Now we'll choose the size of the position, so I'll do 20 tether again, and this time I'm going to open a short position, so I'll bet on the price to go down. But before placing this order, we're going to come down here, we're going to check this little box next to TPSL. Then we're going to get a box right here where we can set our take profit, and then we'll have a box right here that we can set our stop loss. So let's quickly head on over here to the chart. And just for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I'm targeting the bottom side of this wick as my take profit level. So what I'll do is I'll grab a horizontal here for my little drawing tab. And you can also find a horizontal if you come over here, click this little arrow next to trend line, and you'll find a horizontal line right here. Now we'll come back over here to the chart. I'll just mark the bottom of that wick, something like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 1,499. And let's just imagine that I want to set my take profit at that price point. So let's come back over here to the order panel and we'll type that into this box right here. We'll go 1,499. Now we need to choose a stop loss. So let's head back over here to the chart. And for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to set my stop loss somewhere just above this pivot point right here. Once again, I'll grab a horizontal, this time for my little tab. We'll come over here to the chart and I'm going to mark a spot somewhere just above this green wick right here, something like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 1,750. So let's go ahead and come over here and type that into stop loss. We'll go 1,750. Now that I have this order set up the way that I want it, I'm going to go ahead and click on sell short to bet on the price to go to the downside. Then we'll get our order confirmation pop-up window again so we can confirm the details of our order. But as you can see, once this order fills, a take profit's going to be added at 1,499. And my stop loss will be added at 1,750. Just below that, we can see my liquidation price at 2,410. But in this particular situation, I won't have to worry about getting liquidated because my stop loss will be hit long before I reach my liquidation price. So if everything's what you intended, you'd click on OK. And as you can see, that position filled immediately at the best available price from the order book. And here on the chart, you can see my stop loss was added up at this price point right here. And you can see my take profit down here. So if the price of ETH works its way to the downside and hits my take profit level at 1,499, my position will be closed in a profit. If price action goes against me and Ethereum manages to work its way to the upside, hitting 1,750, my position will be closed in a loss. We can find the details of our order if we come down here, click on current positions to see your open position, and you can click on open orders, then click on TPSL, and this is where you'll find your take profit and stop loss. If you want to cancel your take profit and stop loss, you can click that X inside those little boxes on your chart, or you can come over here on the right hand side and just click on cancel. Then click on OK, cancel, and OK. And as you can see, I just removed the take profit and stop loss. And then to close my position, I'd come over here, click on current position, and then over here on the right hand side, we have the reverse option or the close option. I'll just go ahead and hit close. I'll close it at market, click on OK. And as you can see, I just closed my position. Now I'll demonstrate some limit orders. Limit orders are going to give you the ability to choose a price point that you wish to open a long position or a price point that you wish to open a short position. So to get this done, we'll come up here to our order panel and we'll click on limit order. The first thing we need to do is choose a price point that we wish to open our position. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate with a long position first. So let's come on over here to the chart. And let's imagine that I want to set a limit order to open a long position if the price of Ethereum was to come somewhere down around this pivot point right here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get rid of this horizontal right here. And let's go ahead and add a horizontal somewhere on this pivot point, maybe something like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 1,436. And for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to place a limit order to open a long position at that price point. So let's come back up here to the order panel and we'll type that into price. We'll go 1,436. Next, we'll choose the size of the position we wish to open. Once again, I'll just go ahead and do 20 tether. Now that I have my long order set up the way that I want it, I'd come down here and click on buy long. You'll get your order confirmation pop-up window here. So if the details are what you intended, you come down here and click on OK. Now I've placed that limit order to open a long position onto the order book. So if the price of Ethereum does work its way down and hits my price point at 1,436, this order is going to fill and open a long position. You can find the details of your open order if you come right over here, click on Open Orders, and here's where you'll be able to see your order on the order book. If at any point you want to cancel it, just come over here on the right hand side and click on Cancel. Then click on OK. And as you can see, I just took that order off of the order book. Now I'll demonstrate one more limit order, but this time I'll show you how you can add your take profit and stop loss while placing your limit order. So to get that done, we'll come back to the order panel. We'll make sure we're set to limit. And now we'll choose a price point. And this time I'll do a limit order to open a short position. And let's just go ahead and use this horizontal right here at 1,750 as the price point to open a short position. So I'm going to type that price point into price. We'll go 1,750. Then we'll choose our quantity. I'll do 20 tether again. But before placing this short order, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to check this box next to TPSL. In this box here, we'll add our take profit. And just for fun, let's target 1,436, which is the horizontal I used for my limit order to open a long position right down here. So let's type that into order price. We'll go 1,436. Next, we'll need to set our stop loss. Let's just head back up here to the chart. And just for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to add a stop loss somewhere just above this breakdown point right here. So I'll go ahead and grab another horizontal here, and I'll mark out a spot just above that price action, something like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 1,884. So let's type that into stop loss. We'll go 1,884. Now that I have my short order set up the way that I intended, I'm going to come down here and click on sell short. Of course, confirm the details. You'll be able to see your take profit right here, as well as your stop loss. And those are going to be added if this position fills. So this looks good to me. I'm going to click on OK. Now I've placed that limit order onto the order book to open me short if the price of Ethereum comes up to 1,750. So if Ethereum manages to find its footing here, works its way up, hitting 1,750, my short order is going to fill, and then I'll be looking for price action to roll over and move to the downside. But remember, my take profit and stop loss will be added the moment this order fills. So if price action goes against me and gets up here to 1,884, my position will be closed in a loss, mitigating any further losses. If price action comes up, fills my short order, and then moves to the downside and manages to reach 1,436, I'll be closing this position in a profit. Once again, if you want to find the details of your limit order, you can come right over here and click on Open Orders. And here's where you'll find your limit order. If at any point you want to take it off the order book, you can come over here and click on Cancel. And then click on OK. And just like that, I took my limit order off of the order book. And of course, that canceled my take profit and stop loss at the same time. So as you can see, limit orders give you the ability to choose a price point that you wish to open long or open short, but you do need price action to cooperate. For example, maybe Ethereum doesn't come down to 1,436. Maybe Ethereum just takes off from here, finds its footing, moves to the upside. Obviously, I'd miss that trade because price action never came down and filled my order. Or maybe price action does work its way down, fills my order at 1,436, but then just breaks through that level and keeps moving to the downside. That would put my trade at a loss. In the short scenario, maybe price action begins to work its way to the upside, rolls over somewhere in here and moves to the downside. Of course, I'd miss this trade because price action failed to reach my order price, so my order was never filled. Or maybe price action does come up, hits my price point at 1,750, opens my short position, but then price breaks through this level and moves to the upside. Of course, that's going to put me at a loss. And if price action in this particular situation reached up to 1,884, my position will be closed at a small loss, mitigating any further losses to the upside because I would have had my stop loss as well as my take profit set the moment this short order filled. So a couple basic considerations when choosing if a limit order is the right idea for you. But that's how you can set a limit order. You can find your trading fees if you come right up here to your profile icon. And right here up at the top is where you'll find your trading fees. You can see the spot market fees right here. So currently that's 0.05 for maker orders and 0.05 for taker. But down here for futures, you'll notice that maker orders are 0.02% and taker orders are 0.05%. A taker order is a market order, and a maker order is a limit order. So you can save on fees for putting limit orders onto the order books. And this is because exchanges do like to incentivize traders to provide liquidity to their order book. And they'll usually do this by charging a smaller fee for limit orders. But I would encourage you to come up here, check out what the current trading fees are by the time you're watching this video. They could be different from the time I made this tutorial. And there you have it, your introduction to trading futures on the Pionex crypto exchange. Don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also feel free to check out some of my other Pionex tutorials, which I've put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.